The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 11 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships, offering Buick GMC, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Hyundai, Kia, and Nissan, and the resale division, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Penfield, Fairport, Canandaigua, Ontario, and Palmyra, and online at visionauto.com. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. This is the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Every week this time, we take a comprehensive look at sports in Section 5 in Monroe County and begin with our honor roll of high school teams. At number 3 this week, Pittsford Ice Hockey. Two-time defending Section 5 champions got 3 goals from John Mazeral in a 4-3 win over the Class B defending champions from Brockport. At number 2, Leadership Academy boys basketball, a regular on this list. The Lions got to 12-0 off a win over Edison. Rondell Watson and Des Ellis combined to score 63 in that game. Leadership is one of only 2 undefeated Section 5 teams. Pembroke is the other. And at number 1, Rush Henrietta Indoor Track and Field. The Comets won both the boys and the girls competition in the Section 5 versus Section 6 meet at Houghton. RH owned 4 relays and 4 individual events. 2 of those wins by Lene Tavet Thomas, who ran the state's fastest 55 meters of the year. Pittsford Mendon girls basketball had a dream season last year, an undefeated march to the state finals. The problem with a dream season is the season that follows. Problem solved.
Okay, so let's start with the passing drill. We're going just 3-on-2, see no evil. Need 2 defenders. We'll call out the passes. Let's go.
You got it.
Lauren.
Step up.
Any defender that missed the box, I'll give him 5 push-ups.
Who cares that the 2017 run to the state finals is behind them? Who cares that all Greater Rochester Player of the Year, Sarah Lyons, graduated? For the Pittsford Mendon Vikings, the beat goes on.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot different, but I think it's the same way last year. A lot of us grew up playing together, and it's the same way with this team. I think a lot of us have been together since like 2nd, 3rd grade. So it's definitely been a transition, but I think it's helpful that we all know how each other play.
This rates as an encore performance. Mendon is 12-0. Only 2 of those games have been decided by fewer than 10 points. Still, Sarah Stark is one of only 3 seniors on the varsity squad, which is 16 players deep. The constants are Coach Todd Julian, now in his 17th season, and the winning.
I'm very humble about this thing. I'm very fortunate just to be a part of it at all. But I think I'm most proud of the longevity of the program. I've been doing this for a very long time. We've had we've always been very competitive, right in the thick of it, and it's just kind of wave after wave of our kids have been developed here. So that's what I'm most proud of, the longevity of our program.
He's always making sure that our energy level is the best, and he's picking us up even when we're down. And that's like the number one thing, is that we're always ready to compete with whoever we're playing against, and that our energy level is high, so we're ready to play whoever we're playing, no matter who it is.
Over the past 7 seasons, Mendon has been in the sectional finals 7 times and won 4.
You got to have a great youth program, which we do. Our CYP program is really good. I think it's kind of the model in the area, and you've also got to be good at developing kids.
What does that take?
A lot of time in the gym, a lot of one-on-one time in the gym, a lot of skill set development stuff, and a lot of game mileage that we get through our youth program.
Julian doesn't just pay lip service to the youth program, he is actively involved.
Yeah, I was in the youth program, and he walked up to my mom one day and just said, I want her to play JV for me, and I was like, all right. I was just 7th grader, so I didn't really know what to do.
Is it nice to have somebody, making the rounds and taking an interest in you like that?
Yeah, it's really nice to have someone that's that invested in our program and is helping out the youth program and all of that.
I met him, it was probably in 6th grade, I think. And I remember he came up to me and my mom, and he was like, oh, I've seen you play, you're really good. And I just I haven't, or like, I don't even know what he said, but it was crazy because I had no idea who he was at that time. Like, I didn't know who he was.
3 short years later, Lexi Green's a 9th grade varsity player and a girl with star potential, which is nice, but it isn't necessary to succeed here.
I think definitely we push each other a lot. I think we don't have one person that's like our like star, so we all push each other to be better, and it can be like any night if someone's not having a good game, it can be someone else steps up. So I think it's good that we don't depend on one person, and that way it just kind of flows better when we play.
It's called the Mendon Way.
The Mendon way is kind of just like no one's really a key scorer. Like we're all like, one team. Everyone does everything. We all help each other, pick each other up when we're all down.
Our depth is definitely a big factor. I'm saying 1 through 5, and then beyond that, it shows up in the fact that the practices are probably more competitive, those kinds of things. So we push each other very hard in practice. But yeah, our depth is a big thing, and we have never built our program around any single superstar kid.
The result is that Pittsford Mendon hasn't lost a Section 5 game in 2 years. That is quite the accomplishment.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's definitely cool to be able to say that you've done that. Not a lot of teams get to do that, but I think it's definitely a tribute to Coach and all of his hard work. Like, he's been working with all of us since we were in, like, back before even middle school. So I think he really like prepares us to get this far, and he's really into like making sure everyone's coming to everything out of season. That really helps us get to where we are.
The Vikings at 12-0 combined with the boys basketball team at Mendon, which is 11-1, to go to 23-1. That is the best such mark in the section, the closest being Elba at 20-5. Coming up, the hockey season's top dog in its last line of defense. And next, Paul Gotham with PickandSplinters.com and our Dunkin' Donuts High School Notebook. When the Vision High School Sports Beat continues.
With Dunkin' Deals, get a $2 medium latte from 2 to 6 p.m. Looks like it's latte o'clock. Time for a rich, creamy afternoon pick-me-up with a $2 medium latte from 2 to 6 p.m. America runs on Dunkin'.
Welcome back to the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Thanks for joining us. It's time now for our high school notebook, brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. And with us, as always, Paul Gotham from PickandSplinters.com. Paul, what you got on the site this week?
Pick and Splinters Team of the Week. Last week it was Pittsford Mendon after that exciting win over Sutherland in the Rainbow Classic. We certainly have Trabs Gabs, Matt Traybold, lending his wit and wisdom to local Section 5 basketball. Plenty of full-time coverage of local hoops, along with Kevin Aklubja giving us the Amherst and RIT hockey.
Alrighty. Well, it's funny you brought up the Rainbow Classic because I want to talk to you a little bit about that. To me, this is it's an amazing success story because you're bringing one town's teams downtown to the U of R, which is notorious for having lack of parking, going to a neutral site. They sell this thing out in advance. I know the teams are very good, very, very good, and they always are. But the success of this that it experiences is really something.
It's a great statement about their community, right? They've been doing this for a number of years, and they keep adding on to it every year. It's amazing. You can't get a ticket 10 days to 2 weeks in advance. They're already sold out. And Scott Barker and his crew have done a great job with Pittsford Central Schools and getting everybody behind that event and making sure it's a positive one.
Yeah, and a fundraiser too, which raises, a good chunk of money for the Golisano Children's Center.
And it's great because it brings everybody in that community together. A lot of enthusiasm toward that event. Interesting side note as far as the game goes, Mendon wins that game, hands Sutherland their first loss of the season. Mendon ends up first place in Division III, Monroe County Division III. Second place and third place were two state-ranked teams in Sutherland and Athena, and Mendon still wasn't ranked at that time, so they're earning their stripes, so to speak.
And it's funny, you should bring up Greece Athena. Because that's the next place I wanted to go. Look, Athena's got just a monster week ahead of them. They're coming off a game that they played Pittsford Sutherland, and then they've got Mendon and Irondequoit back to back. Who schedules like that?
They won't get one game ahead of themselves, that's for sure. I mean, it'll be great for Mike Setzer because he can keep his team focused. They're certainly a very competitive group, and they will respond very well to that. And I'm laughing about it, but it's no joke that they could stay one game at a time. And I think any coach will tell you, we want to play it one game at a time.
Is there a form schedule, though? I mean, is there a way to do this that you think is like ideal? You don't want more than one of these a week, right?
I don't know. I don't know who makes up the schedule, but I think they had some fun with it because they thought, well, we'll give this all to Athena at one time and see how they handle it. Because certainly Athena had their guys lined up to have a good season. We're going to find out now.
Well, and it's tournament though too. I mean, when you go into the tournament, you're doing the same thing.
Well, and absolutely, Athena can really thank the schedule makers because quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals, you're not going to have any pushovers there, and Athena will be prepared for it.
Yeah, we'll see if they thank them after they play these games and see how they make out.
Yeah.
Paul Gotham, pickandplinters.com. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our high school notebook brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. Coming up, we salute our Wegmans Making the Grade nominee with Kim, and later Chayse Ierlan and his undefeated Blue Devils, when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues.
Welcome back, and thanks for watching the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. It's time now for Making the Grade, brought to you by Wegmans. Wegmans is a proud supporter of Making the Grade, which highlights the accomplishments of Section 5 student athletes on and off the playing field.
Making the grade this week is Rush Henrietta's Miles Calhoun. It's no doubt Miles is a standout on the track, and he's only gotten better year to year. He helps make an already strong team even tougher to beat with his hard work and dedication to each event. Last season as a junior, Miles qualified for 3 separate track and field events at states. He placed second in the 100 and 200 meter races at qualifiers and was a runner-up in the same events in AA sectionals. He's also competed along with his teammates in the New Balance national competition for indoor track this past fall. Though he trains year-round to become a better athlete, his drive extends to the classroom as well. Miles dedicates himself to his studies, where his good grades have helped him earn a spot in the Business Honor Society. For his commitment and consistency in the classroom as well as the track, this week Miles Calhoun is making the grade.
If you have a student in mind for our Making the Grade segment, we want your nominations. You can send them in to info@classywolf.com. Now here's Bill with the Section 5 calendar.
Here's the Section 5 calendar for the week ahead. Boys basketball first. On Saturday, the Rush Henrietta Invitational puts unbeaten leadership on the same neutral site court with once beaten Pittsford Sutherland. That game's at 3 o'clock. Girls basketball Tuesday finds unbeaten Pittsford Mendon at HFL, 7:15. And on Friday, it's Webster Thomas at Irondequoit. That game also at 7:15. A couple of good hockey games. Tuesday, it's Webster Schrader plays Pittsford at Ritter Arena, the 5:15 face-off. And on Thursday, it's Canandaigua at Brockport, Tuttle Arena at 5 o'clock. SUNY Brockport also hosts the indoor track events this weekend. Friday at 6, Saturday at 10 and 2:30, and it is playoff time in wrestling. The Section 5 Championships at Gates Chi Friday and all day Saturday. Go see a game. That is the Section 5 calendar for the week ahead. Coming up, stopping the puck, or pretty much anything shot his way. Chayse Ierlan, when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. This is the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Time now for our honor roll of high school athletes. And number 3, Noah Shinneman of Brighton is the man to beat on the ski slopes this year. Noah won both events at last week's downhill meet at Bristol. He also plays lacrosse. Number 2, Dave Peterson of Pittsford. The senior won the Monroe County Diving Championships over Rush Henrietta's Cos Vincent. They will meet again. And number 1, Monique Hardy. The Webster Thomas indoor track team. Monique set a new Section 5 record in the girls' weight throw. Victor is thus far the class of the local high school hockey season. That isn't unexpected, if for no other reason than Chayse is back. Chayse Ierlan is Victor's last line of defense. The goalie backing up a talented, senior-laden hockey squad that went through the first 13 games of the season undefeated. Success that included a 4-day stretch where the Blue Devils played games at Skinny Atlas, at Salmon River, and at Messina. Through those 13 games, Ierlan has stopped 279 of the 290 shots he faced, owns a 0.84 goals against average, and like his team, has yet to lose.
I was always a bigger kid, a little pudgier guy, but no, it was. I started playing forward and attack for both sports, so a little offense got in youth. I was playing a little offense, but eventually, I saw it on TV and I liked it a lot, so I started down in my basement with my dad and my uncle. So they just kind of started ripping shots at me, and I just kind of stuck with it. So
he's a unique individual, special young man that is all about the team, and very humble, very modest, doesn't want all the attention, and he's going to do a lot of the things that go unnoticed to help him become the best overall person, not just the best hockey player, but he does a lot of things to make sure that he's the best person he can be.
And if it seems like Ierlan is having fun, it's because he is. And that's partially fueled by his missing most of the last hockey season injured.
I've never really had a sport taken away from me before, so it gave me a little bit of perspective, and enjoy it while you can, because, things are, I could have got injured this year again and missed it, or, I know other people have gotten injured senior year and they missed their sport, so it made me appreciate it a lot more, and a lot more love for everybody.
Back for his senior year, Chayse is making the most of it.
Yeah, it's definitely, I knew when I got injured last year, I was talking to coach, and he's like, if it was going to happen, I'm glad it happened, junior year, not senior year, so it still gave me, enough time to get healthy, and then lacrosse season, then back for senior year for a year. Yeah.
Ierlan's presence between the pipes affects the way the Blue Devils approach the game. Consider that there are 8 teams in Section 5 which outscore Victor, but none play better defense, and no other is undefeated. Ierlan provides a safety net.
We rely on Chayse more than anything. Like last year we didn't have him and we struggled a little bit, but now that we have him back, we can just rely on him that much more.
He makes that big a difference, doesn't he?
Oh, he makes a huge difference. He's the best goalie out there.
It really boosts everybody's confidence knowing that even if you make a little error here or there, you got Chayse behind you to back you up. So it really allows everybody to play more confident, which allows us to play better as a team overall.
No, it's good. I'm glad they have that faith in me. But it's it is stressful at times, and it's a little nerve-wracking, but it's okay. It's why play the sports, the high-pressure situation. So it's good though to have those guys trust in me.
And while Ierlan is a full-time goalie, he is not a full-time hockey player. He backstops the championship Victor lacrosse team too.
In lacrosse, Coach Andre always gets on me about how I play lacrosse like a hockey goalie and vice versa. Yeah, so I definitely think they help out. I'm often in lacrosse, I'm going down to my knees, and I think in lacrosse, the communication aspects help me communicate out here. Victor
won back-to-back Class B hockey titles before moving up to Class A last year, and without Ierlan, lost to eventual champion Pittsford in sectionals. In a highly competitive classification, those teams could yet meet again in postseason play, with Ierlan this time.
We have great leadership, a huge senior class, and all these seniors contribute. And we knew we had a crew that was ready to kind of, batten down the hatches and really get after it in the off season. And these guys have been playing together for a long time, and they're a great group of kids that want to compete. Our practices are they're very intense, and you cannot not get better wherever you are in the depth chart in our practices because guys compete so hard.
So we have a lot of returners this year, which is led to a lot of team chemistry, and even the younger guys are contributing to that team chemistry. And Coach always preaches being one tight-knit pack and family, so we just kind of live by that. And it's really helped us this season so far, and leading to some good results, so we're going to keep doing that.
Victor picked up a win at Salmon River and a tie at Messina to remain undefeated. We'd like to thank our sponsors, especially the 11 dealerships of the Vision Automotive Group, who make the Sports Beat possible. As do you. Thanks once again for watching. We'll see you next week with the Vision High School Sports Beat.